I'm reaching for it. Look at our awesome background today. I'm reaching for the moon. Where's my moon? There's a little one. I'm gonna go grab that one right there. Okay, today's called Reach for the Moon. Thank you so much to Atwood Video Production. Atwood Video is amazing. They gave me this great background. ACTV and I are super thankful to be a team, to have this awesome video group doing this for me. I'm really grateful to you guys. I asked them today, can I do a stellar cosmic thing? And they said, why not? So here we are. We're doing our show today because my title is Reach for the Moon. The reason I chose that is because personally, I have found inspiration thinking in my own life, seeing how difficult something can be for me. How can I ever get there? And it feels impossible. Something I really want to do, I try, I stumble, I fail. And I just think, why am I trying for this? That's not even reachable. Well, we need to remember that it actually is. Okay, so I'm going to remind you of that today, and we'll talk about that. That's why the name of the show is Reach for the Moon. All right, it's all reachable. I also want to share a little quick story about how I used to have really bad lower back pain. So if you can get down on the floor with me, if you can relate in any possible way, or you want to avoid lower back pain, this is one of the things that I actually did that brought relief. So I want to share it with you, and you can give it a try and see what you think. Even just this position, if you're in a mode where you haven't been stretching in a while, that's okay. Starting is the step to reach for the moon. My husband and I like to sit on our patio at night and look at the stars and look at the moon, and we like to imagine that we build a rocket ship and we can fly to the moon. And it's fun to imagine, and I love stars. Loved them since I was a girl. But you can't start getting there until you build your rocket ship, right? So you got to start, and maybe you start with just the basics. So maybe your basics for reaching for the moon today might be just getting down on the ground with maybe both hands over here because your back is hurting, or your legs are tight, or you've got an injury. So take it easy, find the spot that's best for you. Okay, so whatever that is, just even sitting with one leg kind of bent like this, and we're gradually working yourself to a tall posture. That's your initial goal. Eventually, a little bit each day, giving yourself plenty of room to start that rocket ship, maybe from a few little pieces of wood you glue together, okay? Start small. That's your first step. After a week, you go, look what I'm building. You get a little more inspiration. You go, my rocket ship is coming together. I'm standing tall. I'm sitting tall. My knees are now on the ground. Next step here for you folks is pick up a knee, okay? So each side. So this is what I did 10 years ago. I had really, really bad back pain. I remind those of you who maybe haven't watched my show ever, I used to be a little ballerina, and then I stopped and had 5 children. After my 5th child was born, I said, you know what, it's okay that I weigh about 40 pounds more than I want to. I've had 5 kids, so I'll give myself a break. My back was in a lot of pain, though. I injured myself in ballet, and then with each pregnancy, it just got a little bit more difficult. Some days I got out of the bed in the morning and thought, well, it's my life, it's okay. But man, when is this ever going to end? That was 10 years ago. I don't struggle with back pain much anymore. Once in a blue moon, I might overdo it. But I'm really grateful, and this is the exercise that got me strong again, so I want to share that with you. And again, even if you don't have back pain, well, this will strengthen your muscles in your back. So sacroiliac back here really needs that kind of support with some kind of muscle strengthening. Hard to do without actually doing this. This will do it. So I'm just lifting up each knee, and my goal is to stay as tall as I can, but lift, lift. So once that becomes fairly easy, and I'm talking after days and days of just doing this a couple times a day or whenever you think of it when you get down on the floor, eventually you're going to see if you can kind of keep that spine nice and tall. I'm keeping my lift. I can put my hands together in the center just to help me focus on really keeping myself from leaning over. And I'm going to try to pick up that back foot off of my stars. Tapping the stars with your toes, just like that. And I just want you to get a straight-on view of how this, even though, yep, I'm leaning, my goal is to stay as tall as I can, pulling belly button in and exhale every lift. This may look or feel impossible at first. That's okay. It was for me, like I said, 10 years ago today. I don't know if it's exactly today, but it was 10 years ago. 2006. Okay, so you'll feel this immediately, and don't feel alarmed. You'll feel it immediately, all in this zone. Don't do too many. You don't want to regret it in the morning. Go ahead and switch sides. Tomorrow you will feel this though. Again, start with your baby steps. Start building your rocket ship slowly. You're reaching for the moon, and you never know, you might hit it. You might hit the stars. You might hit another galaxy. You might go way farther than you ever dreamed. Don't quit. And then I'm gonna pick up that back leg, and same thing. Bumping it up and down. Turn back to where I was facing before. And I'm lifting that back leg. I don't know if you can see that so well. Let me turn this way. I want to make sure that you know it's okay to have your toe on the floor until you're able to pick it up. And then once you are, really use your tummy to pull in on this. You don't want to build a poochy belly at the same time. So pull tummy in as you lift foot off the ground. Okay, well that's enough of that. I feel the need to stretch that out. After you do a few of those, it can be kind of tight in the hips, so go ahead and get that tall spine again and reach all the way over. Man, I love this background. So awesome. So this is an actual real photo that these guys, they pulled off the internet. It's a real photo taken with Hubble telescope. And then we were talking about telescopes and all that, and the stars, and I could talk about that for days. Pull those feet together as much as you can. Get your tall spine. Maybe your feet are out here. That's okay. You can hold onto the knees. Tall spine, chin up. We're just doing our warm-up first before we start reaching for the moon even more today. So as you think about building your rocket ship, your analogy for your life, what are you going to build? Where are you going? What planet do you want to hit? Do you ever think about that? What's your goal? What's your objective? So we're going to think about that a lot today. Go ahead and push your feet out way in front of you, even with your knees out and open. Again, tall spine again. And then if you need a little help for that lower back to push forward, remember, I don't want you to curl shoulders forward and push back out. Your goal, even if you go just a tiny bit forward, is to push from lower back, hinge from the hips, lean forward, and then drop over if you can, chin to chest. So obstacles will always get in our way, and it's a choice. What do you do with it? It's not what happens to you, it's how you respond. So as you look at your goal in life and you think, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Is it reachable? Don't doubt. You know what you are. You know what you want to do. Look at it. Reach for it. So this is what we're going to do now. We're actually going to get back into this position, and we're going to imagine that we can see what our goal is. Look at it, and actually look at something physical in your living room or on the floor, and imagine that you're a warrior, right? And you're looking at it. I want you to do that same lean hinge from the hips. Look at your goal and lean forward and stare with focus on that thing. And just for a moment, imagine that's your goal. And think about what you see, positive, your future. What do you see in your future? What could you be? What could you do? Look at it just for a moment. This is a stretch and a mental stretch as well. Sometimes if we think about, yeah, that's my goal, but I don't know if I can get to it, we have this kind of disposition on the inside. So I'd like you to combine the two, physical and mental, and look at your goal, lean forward and hold. I can do this. So this is giving you inspiration for your day, today, what you're gonna do for your life. Okay, again, same thing, I'm gonna reach up long, and then I'm gonna reach for that goal. Reach for it, stare at it. Reach it, go after it. Shoot for the stars, reach for the moon. Reach, 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 see it, look at it with intention, and then relax. And we're gonna do it again, coming up to another position, to standing today. Here we are, reaching for that goal. Arms up nice and tall, open them to the side. Look at these stars. These are real stars out in our beautiful, beautiful atmosphere. Wow. All right, we're gonna reach for the goal. We're gonna get down in a nice squatted position and look at that goal up ahead. You could actually put your hands on your knees. I want you to look at your goal, find it. Think about, what do I want to do? Where do I see myself in 10 years? If I could do anything I wanted, what would it be? Stare at it. Stare at it, get down in a nice squat. This intention, lift your belly button up, stare at your goal. Tell yourself, I can do this. Imagine you're jumping from here to there. Ooh, that's hard, but I can do it. Maybe it'll take baby steps, but I'm gonna get there. All right, good. So this is all about intention. All right, reach for that moon this way. We're gonna reach up, one leg forward, one back, and we're gonna keep that flat back as we go forward. And again, look at the goal. Shoulders down. Now let me just show you an example of incorrect so you can compare the two. I'm reaching up. My legs are fine. Everything's good in my legs. I'm reaching forward. And then I'm looking sort of at that goal ahead, but I'm really apprehensive. Well, I'm making it really obvious right now, okay? My shoulders are up, so I'm gonna pull my shoulders down. I'm still not sure. Now I'm sure. Okay, build your confidence. Belly in, shoulders down, squeeze the blades together, stare at it. Fly to it. You've got this, okay? Same thing, other side. Intention is what this is about. Reach up, grab that moon, open, stare at your goal, envision it, go to it. Shoulders are pulled down. Chin is up with some confidence, but you know you're human, full of mistakes, so you're aware, you're careful. Right, fly to your goal. Gotta believe in you. And here we go, back up again. Good job. I have kind of a bum knee from an old ski injury, so that's why I'm shaking it out. It sometimes pops. Okay, all right. Oh, we have some core to do today. Let's do one more little stretch. This time I'm opening on purpose. I'm opening my hips completely, turning this foot out, and I'm getting down in what's called warrior. Okay, warrior kind of pose. This back foot, you may not be able to see it as perfect in those stars it's floating on, but my goal is to put the outer layer of that foot, the outer edge, pushed onto the ground. And again, I'm gonna slice my arms up into the air, shoulders down, looking over my hands and reach for my goal. Now this is called warrior for good reason. And for you aliens in outer space watching, we come in peace. But we are all warriors. And the point is, if you were gonna follow a warrior and they got down in this position, but they were like this, I wouldn't wanna follow that warrior, would you? Okay, so get your warrior on, find who you are, remember who you are. Exhale the tension out, get down low. And if a really strong warrior is ready, they're ready to go up into action any second. So they're in strength and they're in tone, ability to just pop up into action. I want you to think that way. Be ready. Same thing, other side. Okay, this back foot, back toes, push down to the ground. Slice up in the air, and reaching, looking over those fingertips. Find your goal. Exhale out. Exhale out the fear. Exhale out the tension. Exhale out anything negative. Remember who you are. Shoulders down, not hunched up in fear, not in worry, not in stress. Letting the stress melt away. Letting your muscles go down into the core where you need them most. And test and play with this. If you've been doing this a while, you can get into that position where you're ready to pick that foot up off the ground. Then you're in a really good position. All right, well, let's shake that out. We're gonna go back down into our cosmic atmosphere and do a little bit of core today. All right, so once again, I am reaching for my moon, and I'm grabbing onto it, and I'm gonna hang on to my moon, and I'm gonna go forward a little bit, and I'm gonna hold right here. So usually I have you go backwards with core. We're gonna do forward today. I know that seems odd. We're gonna exhale as we move. So we're gonna exhale even more forward. Take an inhale, hold. Exhale, lift. So this is slightly invisible. You probably wonder what I'm doing. It doesn't look that hard. Inhale and you hold. And exhale, lift. Now let me just tell you what's going on the inside that you can't see. Every exhale, my belly button is trying to kiss my spine. Okay, inhale, relax on that inhale. Exhale, kiss the spine as you move. Inhale, hold. Relax that belly on the inhale. Kiss the spine as you come up. Pulling it in. Pulling it in. All right, same thing to the back like we usually do. I'm gonna do knees up. We're gonna tuck the tailbone under. So I'm gonna be tucking it intentionally right here like someone is punching me in the stomach. I'm gonna tuck it under and I'm gonna go back. Inhale nice and big. I'm gonna put my arms, let's have our arms just out to the side so you can see the form. Inhale and exhale as I drop back just a tiny bit. Pull tummy in, just tiny. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale, release tension, because this is hard. Look at me shake, it's not easy. And notice it's not a huge range of motion that's necessary. I'm strengthening my core, I'm starting with my baby step, and I'm building my rocket ship to the moon. I really didn't quite know where my goal was 10 years ago, but I knew I just didn't want to settle and lay down and die when I was 40 pounds overweight and out of shape and couldn't do a sit-up to save my life. So start with the smallest step, because you'll never know where you could be in 10 years. Reach for that goal. Reach for the moon. Or whatever other planet you choose. And let's do 2 more. I'm really intentionally pulling in as I go back. It's hard to talk at the same time. Good, 1 more stretch forward. Oh, that feels amazing. All right, and let's stretch out our shoulders and back. We don't always take time to do this. Just see if you can grab your hands behind you, and maybe that's enough right there, and pull the shoulders back. Some people are really stiff and really tight right here. Just doing this takes work to concentrate on feeling, oh yeah, I can stretch through here. So feel that, hold it, wherever that is for you. Take a minute to lift your chin. See if you can straighten your arms. If so, great. If you've been doing this a little while, you'll find, wow, I can start lifting my hands up and I can tip forward. Play with this, see what works for you. But take a moment just to breathe. You don't need to take it too far. Every time you can take it just a step further, comparing with yourself. All right, so our classic core, which we are always working on, a lot of times I repeat the same things, but it's really important that we do them over and over, and sometimes we forget. So if I seem redundant or repetitive, my apology, but it really works, so let's keep doing it. Let's just find more fun ways with more fun environments to do it in. All right, here we go. We're gonna tuck it back again, and remember, start with your tall lift. I have to remember, don't just jump into it. Tuck that tailbone under. I'm leaning it back as far as I'm able, and I'm gonna pick up one leg off the ground, and I'm just gonna do little pulses with little exhales right here. Just like that, just 10. Bring it back up for a moment, give yourself a break, stretch it out. Now maybe just going like this and picking the foot up just a little bit is where you're at today, that's fine. Maybe you're a gymnast, you've been doing this all your life, and this is way too easy. So then I can show you what you can do to make it harder. But again, everybody's at their point. Don't compare with your neighbor, compare with you. Where are you? What feels good? Right here is where I can do about 10 and not die, but then I'm done. 10 of these. Notice tummy's pulling in. If you feel like you lean back and belly wants to come out, don't even lift the leg. You gotta work at pulling core in. All right, let's just do a couple more. You can also grab a weight. If you have one at home, you can hold it up in the air. You can make this more advanced. Like I said, if you've been doing this well, you don't need to tuck under as much, but you're still pulling belly in with every breath. And tuck it under, other side, or stay tall. Good. All right, So we're gonna go all the way down into our back, but first I want you to just take a moment to stretch one more time. Remember, you're a living thing. You're a living creature. Plants outside don't change in a day. They need time. So give yourself that time. All right, we're gonna go all the way down to our back. I'm gonna stay this way so you can see the angle from the side. Okay, perfect. So you're on your back. You can take a moment to hug those knees. I'm just laughing every time I get to see these stars around me. All right, my shoulder blades are flat on the ground. I even put my palms up intentionally just to make sure that I'm keeping them pulled back. My goal is to have shoulders flat on the floor. Don't be surprised the first time you try this and your shoulders are here and you're like, wow, well, she's just made weird that her shoulders go down. Nope, it was that way for me too. It takes practice, little by little. You can literally walk your shoulder blades and walk your shoulders away from your earlobe and flat on the mat. Stick those legs up in the air as much as you can, and maybe this is your exercise to modify. Hug the knees and straighten them. If this is easy and you've been working out, you want a challenge, what I'd like you to do here is extend lower. Exhale, extend. Inhale in. Exhale, pull tummy in on that extension. You're pulling it in. It defeats the purpose. I'd rather you do 1 correct than 20 wrong. Okay, if you're pooching that belly out, on each one, you're building a poochy belly. I know I always talk about it. You can extend this as low as you're able as long as that tummy is not coming up, it's staying down, or staying level. So from this point, we're gonna do a little flutter kick, and we're gonna curl it back in, extend, exhale, pull tummy in, flutter kick, bring it up and pull it in, keep going. Wherever that spot is for you, find your farthest challenge where your back does not get any air under there. You can't get a finger in it if you try, and you're pulling tummy in. Inhale in, exhale, extend. Pull tummy in as you go. Different people like to breathe differently on that flutter kick. You can do little short breaths like this if you like. I prefer to use a long, slow exhale, inhale in, and exhale, extend. Inhale again, exhale, kick it up. Or one long breath for the whole thing. Breath is so important. It really helps you, especially out here in outer space. Thank you, guys, ACTV and video, Atwood video, for giving me some oxygen out here, because, but really, we have oxygen free all around us on our planet. Do you think about that? We don't have to pay for it. Maybe someday we will. So enjoy it while we have it. Inhale, take time to inhale deep and breathe in. All right, we're gonna do another core exercise. Let's see, what did I have on my agenda for today? Oh yes, we're gonna do an opposite arm leg reach. So actually, sorry, all the way back down again. We're gonna take one leg up in the air, and both arms are gonna be up in the air. First, we'll do a little scissor switch, and then I'm gonna do the opposite reach. So go ahead and do just switch legs, grab onto that leg, but please don't curl shoulders forward. Make sure your shoulders are back, even if you have to bend the elbows a little bit. Exhaling every switch. So this next one I call Superman, because you're gonna do Superman arms, and you're gonna reach over the opposite leg. So if I just used one Superman arm, I would reach perfect across that leg, and then back. Inhale big, exhale reach. Big thing here is I want you to pull tummy down and in on that. Don't pooch belly out. Inhale, exhale, reach. These are excellent to do Now you can do both arms if it helps you a little bit to get your shoulders up off the mat, but it's not about how high your shoulders get off the mat, it's about pulling down and in. Let's do the same thing other side. Inhale, exhale, reach away and outside that outer knee. Both arms if you like, exhaling as you reach, inhale down. And unfortunately, wow, these go by so fast. We are almost there for today. I want you to think about all the things you can do personally in your life to reach for the moon. I'm doing that, and look where we are. So enjoy, make the most of every minute, and remember, we're all human. Be nice to each other. You never know what day they're going through. And reach for the moon. I know you can do it.